Two hearts in a motorhome, a tin can palace we call our own.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
CJ and Trev here from Two Hearts and One Motorhome. Only we're motorhomeless at the moment. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and all the best for 2026.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've posted a video.
Yeah, I think September last year, towards the end of September last year.
Yeah, we've been a bit slack, but we are motorhomeless. So we will explain that. But yeah, for those that are new to our channel, again, I'm CJ and this is Trev. And we're motorhome owners usually and we travel part-time in Australia. So day to day we still work full-time. I run a motel here in Armidale, New South Wales, and we try to get away for about 5 weeks every 5 months or so. And yeah, we film as we go. Our last holiday was in
September last year, August, September,
yeah,
2025, and we went and did a lap of Tasmania.
Yeah, for 5 weeks.
Yeah, which was awesome.
It was beautiful, yeah. Look, we did have had a few things happen over the last few months since we've filmed. We've sold our last motorhome, which was an Avan M6 C-Class Ovation, and 4-berth, wasn't it?
It was,
and
yeah.
we've put a deposit on a new one. We went to some local caravan camping shows and put a deposit down, and we're awaiting delivery. So they estimate possibly June this year, but it could be anywhere as soon as March and anywhere as late as September. So fingers crossed. We did say that we'd go across and film when we chose the extras and the colours and things like that. However, it was sort of done on the fly, so it was very busy with work and a quick trip over there, so I really didn't have time to film that. However, we will film at handover. So,
yeah, 100%. Yeah. Best intentions are. Unfortunately, when we got back from Tasmania, the motel was thriving with the lead up to Christmas, and it just hasn't slowed down at all, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, we're going to... the last thing we said we'll do was give an overview of our Tassie trip as well. So
cue me. I just did some documentation along the way just to give you a rough idea of what we spent on everything pretty much. But the most important thing I think people listen for is fuel economy. So we travelled 5,212.8 kilometres. So basically I zeroed the trip before we left as far as kilometres and hours driven, and obviously I read it when we finished, but I did all breakdowns too of all our different locations. So if anyone's interested in the breakdown, I can certainly send that through. But we did the over 5,000 Ks. CJ did 5,212.795, and I did about 5 metres. So, and her total driving time was 97 hours, 18 minutes, and 49 seconds. Now, I think that was a bit sort of inaccurate, because when you stop at places like waiting for the Spirit or you're at some campsites, it's still ticking over as though it still thinks you're parked up or you're driving in a stationary position. So I don't think all those hours aren't true and accurate, but I just thought for the sake of the exercise, I'd give you all the information.
I love the driving. Yeah, Trev loves playing passenger.
Exactly right. So as far as diesel usage goes, we used 749.29 litres in total, and our average cost was $1.89 per litre on the road trip, and our total cost for fuel was $1,421.65. AdBlue was 21.16 litres at an average of $1.91 per litre, and that cost was $39.45. Other expenses, caravan parks, all the parks we stayed at along the way, and in Tasmania it was $1,691. We did do a little glamping experience on the way home.
At Mudgee?
At Mudgee, yeah, at a place called Sierra Escape, which was beautiful. It cost $1,404, and
it was a glamping tent on top of a mountain that overlooked a valley, absolutely breathtaking in the winery region. However, we probably wouldn't take the motorhome there again.
Yeah, we'd take the Jimmy. And if we had both, we'd just park the motorhome off-site somewhere
Very steep hill, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was a very steep hill, and when you've got a 4-tonne of vehicle trying to get up it and come down it, it was
A bit hairy.
a bit hairy because you're on graded road and it's, there's no passing.
Gravel road, yeah.
And there's no room for passing vehicles and there's a bit of a drop. But anyway, we live to tell the story. But in future, we'd take a car or other form of
But
transport.
highly recommended as a place to stay, very romantic.
Yeah,
it was
definitely
beautiful.
it was beautiful. We'll definitely go back. The Spirit of Tasmania, that cost us $1,563. Now that includes both ways, and also we had cabins both ways. The cabin option we went for had the 2 single beds in it. I know you can get queen bed options and other options, but that was the one that we
chose that because we saved about $300 or $400 either way. So by choosing a single bed cabin.
And look, it did the job. We certainly got a couple of hours of kip.
No, you're sleeping right next to each other anyway.
That's right.
I just don't see the point of paying all that extra dollars.
We did do a Bruny Island ferry trip, which was $81.90. We did a Sea Road ferries, which was $163. So basically the total cost for fuel, accommodation and the ferries was $6,365, and that was over 5 weeks, or 5 weeks and a couple of days, I think it was, to be precise. I think it was 38 days, but basically if you include food and tourist park trips that we did, it was about a 10k holiday, so around 2k per week that we spent on everything combined.
Which was wonderful. We've seen lots while we were in Tassie. We went to a few zoos.
Oh, 100%.
We did a scenic flight.
Yeah, we went to Get Shucked, I think it was called, an oyster place at Bruny Island, which was to die for. We're definitely going back there again.
Yeah. But plenty to see. Driving into Hobart was amazing, especially seeing the snow-capped mountain at Mount Wellington, you know.
We went to a zoo, we went to the Tasmanian Devil Park somewhere.
Yeah, we did lots.
Yeah, we did lots. Which can't complain. I think it went too fast, and we'll definitely go back.
Definitely a bit windy. It was a bit windy and a little bit of rain. But look, if you're new to our channel and haven't seen us before, if you go back, we actually film each segment of our trip. So you'll see different segments of Tasmania if you go back and have a look.
Yes.
One of the places we stayed at in St Helens on the east coast, it was a beautiful caravan park. It was very private, big site, and it had its own fire pit and beautiful bath ensuite.
It did.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. You could save money because a lot of places, if you went back to individual recordings, some had ensuite, some were just standalone sites. So we picked a various range. Is that
Variety.
Right? Variety. Thank you. Of sites, and like CJ was just saying, the one at St Helens, that was to die for. That was
top of the range.
Yeah, it was. It was like the 5-star hotel type experience.
Yeah, it was really lovely.
But even like Stanley, it was for the little penguins. Is that what you call them now?
Little penguins. Yeah, they're not fairy penguins anymore. Apparently, they're little penguins. So
and that was like we paid the next day to go to Phillip Island to go and see them on a tour, and at this Stanley place, we had them free of charge, and they were roaming around the motorhome, under the motorhome, having a ball of a time.
Really chatty.
Yeah. So we certainly had a great time, but as you may have also noticed or heard on those videos that if you have watched them, is that when we come back to Armidale, CJ had a mission, didn't you, CJ?
I did. I had a mission. We'd, having travelled for a couple of years in Cottywample in the M6, we decided that there's some things that we'd like different for our forever motorhome. So we decided to sell, and there's plenty of places to sell, whether you go consignment or you can advertise on Gumtree and all those places, or caravan sales. I think some of them charge up to about $1,000 to charge for advertising. But I thought I'd try our luck on Facebook. Actually, there's a lot of motorhome for sale groups on Facebook, so I listed it with some good photos. We took some good photos, cleaned it up, took some good photos.
Yeah,
detailed photos, yeah. And I listed it, and 15 minutes after listing, we had a call from the new buyer, and I took delivery. That was a Monday, and took delivery in just over the border in Queensland on the Friday.
Yeah,
so
and you flew home.
And I flew home, yeah. So I actually decided said that I would deliver to them. we had to get the gas certification, and obviously crossing the border. Once I crossed over at Warwick, I had booked in to get a Queensland roadworthy certificate, which is what you've got to do for compliance to register
Legal
in the state.
requirement,
So I did that, and they bought it sight unseen, and we got full price. So we're very happy with that.
Yeah.
So then, we could finally take a bit of a relax.
Yeah.
Seeing we'd put a deposit on the new one.
Correct.
Yeah.
And it also allowed us opportunity because CJ did so well with selling the motorhome that you may have seen that we're a bit upset about losing our VBS suspension because we thoroughly enjoyed that. However, we decided that we will go with it after all. So,
with the new one.
Yeah, and
We got a good price because we're getting it on build, so it's much cheaper.
it is.
We swapped out the house batteries to lithium, which gave us a bit of, weight allowance. So this one obviously is a bit smaller, same length, but it's a bit smaller, and it's a little bit heavier, I think.
It is, because it's got the two slide outs. I think the tear weight's 3,880 kilos, and your GVM is 4,490. So we don't have a great deal of room there for carry on and stuff.
And we've got tow bar, bull bar, all that sort of stuff.
Correct,
So
correct.
we've got to really, to be honest, it is our forever motorhome now. So we may have to. We're not sure, but we don't think so. But we may have to look at the GVM upgrade. So and if that be the case, that be the case.
100%.
It is the final one, and it's worth doing for us. We're not going to be on selling this one. So.
No. So we're quite excited about some of the add-ons coming onto the new motorhome, and we have named it. CJ has named it.
We had Cottywomple for the last one, which was a boy. If you haven't heard of what Cottywomple is, Google it. There's quite a cool
Meaning to
that.
Yeah.
But this one's pretty basic. It's called Tilly. She is called Tilly, and after Matilda. Very Australian.
And we've gone with the Australian thing and got personalised plates through Service New South Wales, which is called Tilly.
Yeah.
So if you see us on the road and see, that's a number plate called Tilly, well, it's us.
Yeah.
And obviously, if those have been following for a little bit, our Jimny is Jimny Cricket. So we've got Jimny Cricket and now Tilly.
And personalised number plates of cricket,
That's right. So it's pretty cool. But we've got with the new motorhome, it's awesome that we've got the VBS suspension going back on. We've gone for, as CJ already mentioned, the lithium batteries over the in-house batteries, and we also went for not the wind-out awning, but we've gone for the electric option this
still
time.
Thule, I believe.
It is still, just the electric version. So there are a lot of other inclusions we've went with, but we'll keep that as a surprise when we do the walkthrough.
Yeah, we'll definitely film that. So hopefully March, but like any new build, it could arrive and it not be exactly as we'd ordered. So it will have to go back until we get what we agreed upon. And when you're paying big bucks, you want what you want,
100%.
and you want to get what you are paying
What you asked for, yeah.
So it could push back to September. Who knows? But it's definitely going to happen this year. So
That's right.
We're very excited for that to happen. It's a big outlay, but it is a home.
It is a home.
It's definitely another home for us. So we're looking forward to getting back on the road. We're looking at doing our maiden voyage down to Victoria, aren't we?
Correct. Yep.
Teardrop shape, pretty much.
Yes, that's right. Going down the coast to start with. I think we will go down the coast to start back to Phillip Island, then down to Torquay, through to Apollo Bay. Then we go to this other place
On
called
the Great Ocean Road. Yeah. Then to the Grampians.
Yeah, which I haven't been to before.
And there's lots of little towns in Victoria that we'd like to see, like Colac and the Otway Ranges and Dalesford and
That's right.
who knows, maybe back up through the Alpine region.
Yeah, that's it.
But looking forward to that.
That's right. And prior to that, I've got my big 6Ds coming up the end of March. So we're going to do a little 4-day cruise to Airlie Beach in Carnival Encounter, I think it is.
Yeah, we might film that. We'll see how we go. We're taking a couple of weeks off, but mainly we're holding our holidays out for when we get our delivery of the motorhome. And obviously we chose Victoria because that's where their head office is, should we have any problems with a new build, so we can take it back to them and get it rectified pretty quickly, we'd hope.
That's right. And if that all goes to plan, then we'll mostly go back and revisit Tasmania.
Definitely, within the next couple of years, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was a beautiful place, and there's a lot more we want to see and do, and actually spend longer over there. So, but in the interim, for those who've been following, we've got the Jimny. We are looking at down the track once we hit the road full time, getting like the A-frame Predator fitted to Tilly. But in the interim, I think we'll just keep them both separate and just communicate with CB if we want to take Jimny Cricket with us.
Yeah, we tend to sort of, you know, on the shorter trips or even down there where we've got a bit of time, do no more than 2.5, 3 hour trips in between sites. We're caravan park people at this stage. Who knows, we may, you know, we've got the equipment to obviously do off-grid, and off-grid, it seems to be lots of friendly people in off-grid, probably more so than caravan parks. We don't like travelling in peak season, that's for sure. You know, we have grandbabies, but and we love kids. However, yeah, we like a bit of time out. We obviously work hard and play harder, so we like to have a little bit of peace on our time out. So. But caravan parks sort of suit us because we like the aircon and and definitely power water and stuff like that. If we off-grid in the future, as we said, we'll probably only do it, you know, a week at a time or something, and we've got the equipment with the new vehicle to be able to do that anyway.
100%, yeah, 100%.
But we'll see how we go. And yeah, I guess if you're new to the channel, you've heard a little bit about what we do, but yeah, we sort of film our holidays in Australia in our motorhome. We're only new to it. We really started filming this for our grandkids and family and friends and stuff like that. But we've really enjoyed it. We've learnt a lot from a lot of people, a lot of really good channels that we follow. If you want to have a look at some of the channels we follow, there's Jack and Megan. They actually rebuilt a Viscount, a vintage Viscount, and did such a great job. They built it from... you know, rebuild it all the way up, and they've resold it now, and they've got a new vehicle now, new motor caravan. But yeah, Chachi's Motorhome Travels, they're in a motorhome, they're in a Jayco. Passing By, they're also in a Jayco, I believe. Good Different Adventures, they're caravanners. They've just sold it actually. They're between vehicles at the moment, so but they're good to watch. Handlebars and Holidays, really cool guys in motorhome, in a Jayco. They just come over to the East Coast not that long ago and have just done a series on the back of a motorbike across to, they live in WA, across to, you know, South Australia, Victoria, I think, and then back again on a motorbike. Who else have we got?
Heads and Tails.
Heads and Tails. Heads and Tails are, yeah, they're really cool guys from Port Stephens area.
Yeah, heads or tails, I should say.
Heads or tails. Yeah.
I said heads and tails.
Yeah, heads and tails.
Heads or tails.
And they've also got, they've had a couple of motorhomes. They've upgraded and they've got the new one now.
They went through the same journey when they bought their first, upgraded their first, I think it was a Renault they started off with, and they went to the Jayco, which we were looking at buying. So we virtually, but they went to Merc, I think.
They got the Merc,
We went, we were going, what was the other, Fiat. Yeah, but the same model number, everything. But we've had very similar journeys and opinions, or not opinions, but maybe tastes is a better word.
Yeah.
So we've sort of followed their journey a lot in relation to their Jayco purchases, and they bought the Suzuki Swift and put the A-frame Predator on it, which we were looking at doing. So
I think they've, I'm not sure whether they've unsold that or something now, but yeah, I think they got sick of the hitching and unhitching sort of thing.
And that's why we're not rushing into that sort of, because it's about 10 to 12 grand, I think, to do that setup. And then a lot of people talk about it devalues the Jimny if you do it. So, yeah, I'm not going to rush it at this stage. It's a lot of money that we can put into other parts of Tilly.
Yeah. So. Another one we follow is Journey Unknown. They're from sort of Victoria and sort of South Australia. They've got property there and have hip camp and everything. And they've actually, they've just headed off for 6 months on the road. So
yeah, that'll be us one day.
Super jealous.
And what about, was it Feely?
Philly and Keely. Yeah. They're an overseas couple.
Young couple. Well, young compared to me.
Yeah, from the UK area.
Yeah, Scottish,
Irish, English. But they have done some big travel here in Australia. They actually rebuilt a van which they named Dingo. Yeah, but they're really, really funny. But yeah, look, honestly, if you've come across us by accident, thanks for joining. We've had quite a few new subscribers over the festive season.
Yeah, we have.
No one's had nothing to do but look at YouTube. So yeah,
Thank you for those.
Really thank you for joining us. And if you do like what you see, please like and subscribe, and hit the notifications bell, and then when we put a video up, you'll see it.
And feel free to ask us any questions whatsoever, because we found YouTube and Facebook to be a fantastic tool, because we're only beginners, like CJ said, and we've learnt so much from people like yourselves, watching, asking questions, and yeah, like people have bought M6, what we used to have, the M6C Ovation Motorhome, and they'd ask us questions because they'd pick them up, and changeover is always a big thing for anyone starting out.
And the new one we've got, did we mention that? It's an M11 B class.
B class, yeah.
And there is a video of that on our channel as well. Yeah. So it's not of our particular M11, but it was
what we bought off.
One of the demo models.
Yeah, you saw it at Coffs and I saw it at Tamworth, and I did the video on my phone and I had the wrong landscape or portrait. It was a crappy video, but at least that way it just gave us memories to look back at what we're buying and what inclusions we get and all that sort of stuff. So we thought that we'd share it with you at the time, but yeah, the video quality, that's pretty poor.
Yeah. Oh well,
that's me.
You tried.
I tried. Tried and failed.
He's on the desk working, hence the uniform, and I'm having a casual day today. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining. Thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We love watching your videos, and we hope that you enjoy ours.
And wish all the best for 2026 and beyond, guys.
All the best.
Stay safe. Safe travels.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Two hearts, one motorhome, rolling free with the wild winds.